Hello everybody. I'm going to try and give you some insight into creating an e-portfolio and blog using the sites at Penn State. If you will, stay with me and I'll try and get you through this fairly quickly. The first thing you need to do is go to sites.psu.edu in your browser. Almost any browser will work, but you want to go to sites.psu.edu and click on the button here, create a site. So I've done that, and I'm going to go ahead and create a site. Now, as you're creating your site name, you want to make sure that you keep it short, all lowercase, and preferably no spaces. Spaces in a URL just add to the difficulty of trying to tell people what the URL actually is. So I'm going to create a site. My URL is going to be sites.psu.edu/techwrite1. techwrite1. That's going to be the URL. The site title I'm going to choose is Technical Writing Sample Blog. So, okay, so there we go. Technical Writing Sample Blog. Since I'm not really too excited about search engines finding my blog right now, and I don't really want it in any public listings, I'm just going to select no. You can select yes if you prefer. Certainly, if somebody needs to see my blog, I can give them the URL and they'll be able to see it. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to click on Create Site, and in a few moments we should have our blog set up. So here we go. Okay, congratulations, you've successfully registered a new site. To get to your site now, you're going to click on the URL right here, and you will be at your blog site. So you've got your blog all set up. Looks a little plain Jane, but it's got a title here. It's got a tagline. It's got a home page and a sample page. We are on the home page right now, and you can see that there's a blog post already put in here by default that says Hello World. We didn't put it in, it just showed up automatically. And you'll notice at the top of the screen, it's our technical writing sample blog. If we want to get to the dashboard in our blog, we're just going to click on dashboard. That'll take us to our blog dashboard. The blog dashboard is really a place for you to control everything that's going on in your blog, on your website. You can add new posts, you can add media, pictures, videos, music, you name it. You can add pages, content, you can change the appearance, and so on and so forth. I want to mention that for posts versus pages, when you add a new post, it's going to show up on your blog page. There's one dynamic page in your website that changes every time you add a post. It just keeps adding these posts one by one incrementally. That's adding a post versus adding a page, which is actually a web page. So not to confuse you too much, but there is a difference between posts and pages. All right. Okay, now, how would you go about adding a new post? There's a couple ways you can do it. Up here at the top, you see plus new. We can click on plus new and select add a post. Or we can go over here to posts, and when we click on posts, we can select add new, and that will allow us to add a new post. So let's go ahead and just add a new blog post to our blog. So this is a new blog post. I have something really worthwhile sharing with you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? So now we've got the title, we've got some text in here, and we can do a couple different things. we can go ahead and save a draft. If we post this yet, we can save a draft. We can preview it if we want to see what it looks like. And we know that it hasn't been published yet, but one of the things I want to make sure I do is add some tags, because tags allow people to find what you've posted. So I want to make sure I add a tag here, and I'm going to add a tag called worthwhile, because this is worthwhile. So you know that that's not actually the case, but anyway, you would separate your tags with commas, and you would just go ahead and add it. So now we've added the tag worthwhile, and we're going to go ahead and publish it. And there you go, you're all published, and post has been published. You can see up there, and I'm going to just go view that post and see what it looks like on our blog page. So here's our plain Jane blog page, and here's our new blog post, and it is tagged with worthwhile. Okay, so that's how you add blog posts. Okay, so we're back at the dashboard here, and if we'd like to go visit our site, see what it looks like, up here we hover over technical writing and we click on visit site. That will take us to the site. You'll see that our site called Technical Writing Sample Blog has a home page, which is where we're at now. It has the original Hello World on here, as well as a new blog post. And it also has, by default, a sample page that was created for us. We click on that page, and there's absolutely nothing there. It's a blank page. You'll notice that there are some comment things down here. This may or may not change depending on what theme we choose, and we'll get into themes in just a moment. But for right now, we've got a sample page with no text on it. If we wanted to edit the sample page, we can click on Edit. Now, this little edit button on the sample page, since you're the owner of the page, you see the edit. The visitors to your page would not see that edit button, only you see that. So we're here in the sample page, and we're going to click, and this must be sample text if it's on the sample page. Okay, now before I click on update, I just want to show you a couple things about this particular interface. The visual interface, which is what you're seeing now, shows you typical buttons that you would see in a word processor: bold, italics, underline, pasting text, inserting hyperlinks, things like that. If you want the text interface, for example, let's say that you wanted sample text bold, okay? But it wasn't showing up quite right, and you knew enough about HTML, you can go into the text area here and edit the HTML. You can add tags, remove tags, so you can see strong is around sample text, and if you wanted to get rid of that bold text, you could just delete that tag, the closing tag, the opening tag, and now when you go back, it's gone. It's no longer bold. So just so you're aware of the visual and the text buttons here, and we're going to go ahead and update our sample page. And there you go. You've got a sample page. If we want to view what the page looks like on our website, click there, and there is our sample page with our sample text. Okay, so our site is looking a little bit plain, and it's time to dress it up. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to the name of our blog, hover over that, and you see themes as an option. So we're going to click on themes. By the way, you could just as easily have gone to the dashboard and selected themes. It would get you to the same. You'll see that there's quite a variety of themes here. You could just get totally inundated with trying to pick a theme, and I say knock your socks off if you want to do it. Some of the suggested themes that are fairly easy to use, especially for a professional e-portfolio and blog, would be this 2012 theme or the 2011 or 2010 themes. Those are pretty good themes. They're accessible. They have the basic stuff that you would need. I'm going to actually scroll down here and pick a theme called Cleaner. And I am going to go ahead and activate that theme, and we'll see what happens. Okay, our new theme is activated. I want to visit our site. It still looks a little plain to me. I don't know. I think we probably need an image or something to dress that up. So what we can do here, we can go up to technical writing, and we want to customize it. And now when we're in the customize menu over here on the left, we have a couple different things. Site title and tagline. We have the site title here. If you want to change that, you could do that right here. The tagline, just another weblog. Everybody's going to have that same tagline. If you wanted to change that, you would go into the tagline here and just change that to whatever you want to change it to. Doesn't matter. Okay, that will change our tagline up here. Now, what I also want to do is go down here to a header image. I would like to put a header image in here. And we're going to click on Add New Image. And that brings us to the media library. It says the suggested image dimension for this particular website, for this particular theme, is going to be 940 by 250, and it can't be more than 500 megabytes. That's a huge picture for a website, so we're for sure going to get something smaller than that. I'm going to have a little photo tutorial as part of the course too a little bit later on, just to show you how to edit a image to make it the right size without distorting it. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but for now what we want to do is go in here and upload files. And you can drop a file here, drag and drop a file, or you can select files. We're going to go and select a file for our banner image. And I'm going to go into my pictures here, and I'm going to go to this folder here, and I'm going to select an image that I've already sized for 940 by 250. And I'm going to select that, and I'm going to upload it. Now, one of the things you need to remember is that you want to give it a title. The title I'm going to give it is Mountain. Now, this actually came from Jonathan Bean. I'm going to actually leave his name in there. You could eliminate it and just have the title. You could put a caption in there if you want. You need to put some alt text in there, and I'm going to say mountain with clouds, just so that someone with a screen reader knows what that image is. If you wanted to be a little bit more specific, you could put a long description in here, but you don't need to do that. Just a short description is fine. And then down at the bottom, you're going to select and crop. And there we go. We are done with that. And we crop the image. And so now we have a nice little image on our blog. It's really not all that complicated. You just have to follow step by step in adding an image. If I wanted to add a different image, just click on Add New Image and go through that same process again. I just have to remember to hit Save and Publish up here, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I'm going to close the customizing menu up here, and we're going to move on to actually adding some pages. We have a sample page, and we have this blog page, but I'd like to have you add a few more pages. So to do that, we're going to go up here to plus new and add a page. And the first page I'd like you to add is a home page. And you can call it whatever you'd like. I'm just going to call it home for right now. And I'm going to hit publish. We won't worry about putting content on right now. We're just setting up the basic outline of your e-portfolio. We're going to go up here and add a new page, and we're going to call this new page Reflection. Later on in the course, you're going to be asked to post a reflection on what you've learned in the course and how it's affected what you do and how you write and so on and so forth. So we're going to add that reflection page right now. We're going to hit the Publish button to publish that one. And once that one is done, we're going to go ahead and add one more, and that's going to be the resume page. Let's take a look at your site now. We have a home page, we have a reflection page, we have a resume page. Oh, and by the way, we still have the sample page, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. That pretty much takes care of creating your blog site. There is just one more thing I'd like you to do so that when people come into your blog site, the first page they get to is not the blog, but your home page, your opening page. And the way we're going to do that, I'll walk you through the steps. Just follow along here and we'll get that set up. First thing I'm going to do is create a new page. So I'm going to go up here to New, click on Page, and I'm going to create a new page called My Blog. That will be the page that my blog postings will show up on, and it'll be a lot easier for people to navigate your site that way. So I'm going to publish the My Blog page. That'll give us an extra page. If we look at all pages now, we'll see that we have the home page, the My Blog page, reflection, resume, and that sample page is still hanging on there. We can trash that anytime. But for now, what I want to do is stay in the dashboard here and go down to Settings and select Reading. We want to change the reading settings so that the first page that people get to when they go to your blog is a static page, and I've selected Home as the static page. That's the page I want them to come into, my introductory page. And I'd like to put the posts, the blog posts, on the My Blog page. And I'm just going to go down and save the changes, and that should do it. So now let's just go to the site, see what happens. So I'm visiting the site. I will come in on the home page. That's my home page. You'll know when you click on the title here, it brings you to the home page. Here's my blog. The blog posts on a page called My Blog. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you were able to follow along and for going through this tutorial with me.